What's going on, everybody? Nightmare Comics 1 here. And if you notice my picture, I felt like it was fitting, Vic Sage, also known as The Question, because this is my first Q&A. Yay! I don't know how often I'm going to do these, but, I encourage y'all to send questions. When it becomes too many questions, I will not do these anymore. Just let you know, because shit got out of hand on my wrestling channel, and I just stopped doing them. Anyway, just warning y'all ahead of time. Let me just jump right into it. Not gonna, drag this shit out for too long. But yeah, let me get right into it. The first question is from Dinosaur Avenger in 1989. I watched this cat's wrestling videos. He's one of the best wrestling dudes. Period. And he had a couple really good questions. He asked me, "Do you think it would be possible to make a Booster Gold movie without the Justice League?" Okay, let me answer that first. No, because now if you're saying maybe him not being a part of the Justice League, but they will have to be in the movie because all of Booster Gold's best stories are about him going to the past and stopping something from happening and may change the future of one of his Justice League colleagues or something like that. And I feel like Blue Beetle has to be in the movie. Probably the entire JLI probably has to be in that movie. So I mean, it would be possible. It would be hard, but do I think it'd be very good without the Justice League? No, definitely not. All right, and oh shit. Ooh. Oh yeah, his second question. Also, what are my thoughts on the return of Swamp Thing? Well, here's the thing. Okay, if y'all don't know, Swamp Thing turned out to be the chosen one at the end of Brightest Day. But will this really matter after the DC relaunch? I mean, since everything is, just being totally changed now. It's not necessarily a reboot as we initially thought, but it's a relaunch, you know what I mean? So will this actually mean anything? I don't know. But I tell you what, I was excited that it was Swamp Thing because that's one thing I didn't expect. And especially John Constantine at the end of the book didn't expect that either. Like, both of those were very welcome, shocks, you know what I mean? I was just taken aback by that, like, whoa, Alright, the next we have a couple questions from Monoxide12344455. Monoxide also makes wrestling videos on here. Check him out. But anyway, what are your thoughts on the Smallville series? This is before I made my video. I'm pretty sure he saw it. All my thoughts today. I fucking hate that show. Yeah, there you go. And the upcoming Spiderman film along with Captain America. Cap I'm really excited for, especially after that Thor movie. Since all these movies are connected, I think Chris Evans looks like Captain America. He's a pretty charismatic dude. Hugo Weaving as the Red Skull. When I heard that, I just said, "Oh my god!" Like, that's just amazing. And I hear it's supposed to be some pretty cool cameos in that. There was a rumor flying around that Baron Zemo's gonna make a cameo in this movie, and that's dope. It's one of my favorite Captain America villains / characters. So I'm really looking forward to that. Spider-Man, on the other hand, we don't know too much about it right now. We just know that the costume looks terrible, and the villain is the Lizard, which I do like. So I don't know. I'm reserving judgment on that. I'm not gonna get too upset with that. All right. Then he also asks, I was researching some DC characters, and I came across Sandman. From the images, he seems to be an intriguing hero, and I wanted to ask for an opinion. Is there any comic based on him worth the money? I found eBay. Don't laugh at this. This is a legit question. I found eBay auctions where they have a full lot from 1 to 60 of him for a decent price. Perfect. Let's put it like this. Sandman is considered one of the greatest ongoing stories in the history of comic books, to be honest with you. And I feel like it's a must read for anybody that wants to read comic books, pretty much. Probably Neil Gaiman's greatest work, and that's saying a lot. So just think about it that way. Then next is from MCHonscar. I know he's probably mad at me after that Scott Pilgrim review, but You know, he sent me no message since I put it up, but I'm pretty sure he's mad at me. But question for video: how would you rank all the Robins? Dick, Jason, Carrie, Tim, Stephanie, and Damian. Okay, Tim is by far the best Robin because when Tim was Robin, I mean, don't get me wrong, Carrie was in the best story. You know what I mean? She was the Robin in the best story. Don't get me wrong. But Tim is definitely the best Robin because when Tim was Robin, it felt like it was a young Bruce in training, to be honest with you. Like, if you look at how he is now, he's the closest thing you have to Bruce, you know what I mean? And Bruce is, you know, a hero to end all heroes. Not to sound biased, but that's just how I feel about him. That's just the high regard I hold Bruce. But yeah, Tim was like seeing a young Bruce in training, so I definitely say Tim is the top of the list. Then I gotta say Dick just because he's the classic one. You know, he was around the longest, you know. Everybody, he was pretty much the image you have. The image people have of Robin is pretty much what Dick was. You know what I'm saying? So, alright, the next I say Carrie just because she was Robin during, to me, the best, Batman story of all time. The Dark Knight Returns, in case y'all don't know. Then, alright, that leaves Jason, Stephanie, and Damian. I'll tell you that Stephanie's last. She just is. So that leaves. You know what? Damian doesn't bug me. Like, I thought he would as Robin, because before that I really didn't like him. But he doesn't really bug me, man. So I definitely say Damian. I definitely say Damian, and then Jason, because Jason's greatest achievement was actually dying. So pretty much the order we have: Tim, Dick, Carrie, Damian, Jason, and then Stephanie. That's the order. That's my order, at least. Alright, the next we have another question from LV5454. This man also makes wrestling videos. Pretty good ones. Check him out also. LV5454. Exactly how I'm reading it. Ever heard of Boof? If so, what are your thoughts on it? I've heard of the character. I've read some crossover stuff he had, with other, individuals and things like that. Boof was like big in the 90s. Like, it's an image book. It was big in the 90s. There's a few crossovers and things like that. But they had like a little series that got canceled. I didn't really read that, but I am familiar with the character, or the story and the series of characters and everything that goes in the Boof. It was alright. Whatever. The next we have a question from CDude9590, a fucking idiot, by the way. Check this question out. Why is Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes so goddamn lame? Okay, he's obviously never watched the show. Let's just put it like that. He probably saw a clip of Iron Man, heard the voice, like, this guy's trying to sound like Robert Downey Jr., and cut it off. Me and him argue about this shit all the time. I just wanted to bring the argument to video. But, y'all know how I feel about this show. Just watch my review. No one can deny the stories are very well written. No one can deny the fight scenes are very well put together. No one can deny it's a ton of fan service for Marvel Comics fans in this show. The second best team superhero cartoon ever. You know what I mean? And I feel like if it keeps going along the way it is, it's going to be like right up there with like some of the greatest comic book animated shows of all time. That's just how highly I feel about the show. Initially, the show was pretty much put out there to get kids familiar with the Team Avengers, because as we know, this movie's coming out, and it's kids may not be familiar with the team. They might be familiar with a lot of the characters, but they're not familiar with the team. You know what I mean? So that's what the show was designed for, and it's getting rave reviews on the internet. Don't believe me? Look this shit up. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, look it up. Like, I'm not the only one saying this show is great. Search the show on YouTube, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and type review, and you'll see all the people saying this show is great. And just search around the internet, and you'll see it's an amazing show. Like, it's not just me saying it, so he's fucking wrong. But anyway, that's just the point I wanted to make. He's wrong. The next we have, no disrespect to any of you, the best question, hands down, I've gotten from everyone. From 94 Rocket 95, Uh, Believe it or not, y'all know who this guy is. I'm not gonna tell y'all who, but y'all actually know who he is. um, what happens when Thanos meets DC's death? Okay, back to Monoxide's question. Death is a very prominent character in the series Sandman. Not only that, but after Sandman, they've pretty much brought Death to the DC universe. She is the DC universe's Grim Reaper. Just recently, they had a story where Lex Luthor pretty much was on the verge of death, and he was actually talking to her. You know what I mean? And look up, Death and Sandman, because she's fucking attractive. Like, I ain't even into goth-looking chicks, but like, I think the thing that makes her so attractive, and just like she's just so cool because some of the things she does in Sandman that I don't want to ruin on in this video or whatever. But she's just so cool because that's not what we expected at all when Death was in this, you know what I mean? Death. But yeah, and Marvel's Death is just this demonic looking Grim Reaper type thing, you know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure Thanos sees DC's Death, he's like, what the fuck? I want to be, you know what I mean? Like, cause Thanos' thing is that he's in love with Death, you know what I mean? And DC's Death is like this, and she's a goth girl, don't get me wrong. And I ain't even really into that thing, but she's fucking sexy. You know what I mean? Like, the things she does, the way she looks, she's fucking sexy. And I'm pretty sure if Thanos saw that Death, he'd probably go ape shit on all the Marvel creators. The Infinity Gauntlet goes back on. You know what I mean? That's the best question I got, though. Period, hands down. All right, the next we have Willie. I hope I say this right. Willows 1991. I hope I said that right. It may sound stupid, and it doesn't. If it's a question, it's not stupid. But remember the old Hulk series with Ferrigno as Hulk? What are your thoughts? See, I was a little young. Well, I wasn't even born when the show came out, to be honest. I wasn't born at all. But I have seen it, and I think it's entertaining for what it was, especially for the time it came out. If you don't know, Ferrigno actually voices the Hulk in like the live action movies, like in the last one with Ed Norton. He voiced the Hulk, and he's gonna voice him again in the Avengers movie. So be on the lookout for that. I find that pretty cool. But yeah, it's an entertaining show. That wasn't a stupid question. Come on, man, cut yourself some slack. But it was an entertaining show, especially for its time. All right, the next we have a question from Mr. Ted 5. This dude is I've talked to him for years, like via Yahoo and Skype and things like that. This dude is very knowledgeable when it comes to Japanese pro wrestling, and just very knowledgeable dude when it comes to Japanese pro wrestling. He asked me pretty much, have I ever read Kinnikuman? And no, I've never read Kinnikuman. If y'all don't know, y'all may know Kinnikuman as Ultimate Muscle. Like over here, if y'all remember that anime, I've never actually read the manga or whatever. But the anime was a lot of fun. You know what I mean? I will get around to reading this manga one day, but the anime was a lot of fun. It was a lot of like play on like actual things that were actually going on in the wrestling world, and there's a lot of characters that are like kind of like copies of actual wrestlers. You know what I mean? Like, they even had this fake NWO type thing. Like, believe it or not, is like it's a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, that show is a lot of fun. It's goofy as hell, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm pretty sure the manga is the exact same way. I would definitely check it out. I mean, the only sports manga that I read consistently, even though they need to, kind of get on the ball, is Hajime no Ippo. I love that manga. I love that anime. Look that up if you don't believe me. It's a boxing anime, and I don't even like boxing. And that, like, the greatest boxing match I've ever seen is like a series of episodes from that show. So let's put it like that. But yeah, that's my first Q&A, man. If y'all enjoyed it, I'll do more. I don't know how often I'm gonna do it, but yeah, hit me up. Next video will I'm not sure what it's gonna be. Y'all give me some ideas and leave your questions in the comments, or hit me up on Twitter, twitter.com/NightmareBaller1, or hit me in my inbox, whatever you want to do. But I'll holler at y'all later. Peace out.